Oh, hi there. So I will admit to you, I am reaching into the depths of my clown mind to find any reasons to buy either of these two logs of shit that Canon has let into the sewers. The Canon 6D2 and the EOS R, in my opinion, are crippled shells of their former selves. They're like celebrities that started doing a lot of bad, terrible things with all the money they made. The only difference is, at least the celebrities used to be good. The Canons just started off as drunken disappointments. So that's embarrassing. So I know I give Canon a lot of guff. I give them the guff. I think they deserve it. I don't think they're putting out their full effort, but still they make decent cameras. They make stuff. They make stuff. In today's video, we're gonna find at least 5 reasons to buy the 6D2 instead of the EOS R, and they're legit reasons. I'm so proud I found them. Let's talk about it.
Why do you do it? You do it.
So before we get started today, I would like you to guess the lens we're filming on. I'll give you a little hint. We're still on the Sony A9. I figure that's no longer fun to guess because that's the only other camera I have access to. You know it's that one. But the lens, what focal length and aperture are we at? I'm testing things because I am leaning towards that Sony A7 III, and I have some ideas on focal lengths, which lenses I would want if I was to buy that system. So let me know down below what lens, focal length, and aperture is this. What is this right now? What is it? Post it down below. So the first obvious reason to get a 6D2 instead of the EOS R is because you're a failure in life. You only have so much money in your little tiny piggy bank in your room, and it's cheaper. $15.99 right now for the 6D2 and $22.99 for an EOS R. That's a huge difference. That's like $40 more. That's $700. Wow, that's quite a bit. In fact, when you're looking at lenses to buy, you can't get any. But still, you could do stuff with that. You could buy a couple weeks worth of food on my diet. And if the lens landscape pans out like it's looking it's going to, with the EOS R lenses being like Mercedes shit, 3,000 each, then you're looking at a serious savings. If you're just filming yourself, are you gonna see much of a difference? Yes, you will, because 6D2 is a piece of shit. It line skips. Skip. Even skip. There's 2 lines in that whole fucking sensor. That's all they use, 2 lines. And they call it 1080p. 1080, Jesus Christ. You're lying to me. And when you factor in, this will slide nicely into our next segment, the weight. If you factor in the price of the adapter, because you're probably gonna need that thing. If you buy the EOS R, there's 3 lenses right now. 4, one's not even out. 3 of them are $8,000. They're all heavy and fat. There's no good lenses right now. I would have had that thing. If they would have released a 16 to 35 f2.8, you got me, but you don't. If you factor in that adapter, the cheapest one is 99 bucks and it's another 110 grams. So we're up at 2,400, adding 110 grams, which brings us into our next segment. The EOS R is actually heavier than the DSLR counterpart when using the adapter. Look at my hands, focus on them. Goodbye, hands. If you look at them side by side, the EOS R is a little smaller, and usually mirrorless cameras are lighter, but not in this case when you add the adapter, which you have to right now. So we're looking at 5 grams more on the EOS R. That could throw a back out up in this bitch. So you buy your 6D2, you're saving money, you're saving weight, you're getting healthier. Third reason, autofocus. Whoa. Talk to the hand, bitch. I'm too close. Talk to the hand, snitch. That was embarrassing. I should have cut that. Reliable autofocus tracking is one of the funnest things you can have in a camera. You can lean in all dramatic-like, and it's almost as if a professional filmmaker is watching you, helping you. Thanks, Spielberg. He doesn't film the videos. What does he do? I don't know stuff. I don't know a lot of things about life. Now, I don't know what went wrong with this EOS R, but the autofocus is not the same. It is not dual pixel autofocus, it's singular pixel autofocus. They left a pixel out. They spilt coffee on something. It doesn't work the same. Sometimes it does, but it thinks, it second guesses itself. It doesn't do visualization practices before the big movement. It doesn't see it. You gotta see it to believe it. And Canon doesn't believe in themselves anymore. They're scared, they're shaken. A lot of people make fun of the 62 because the autofocus points are like this much of the frame. You gotta shoot and recompose. Squirrels are jumping all over the place. But in dual pixel, that gets thrown out. It's all the way to the edge. You could be up here. What are you doing? Are you stretching my face right now? How dare you? That better not give away what lens this is. From what I've seen, the EOS R autofocus is not good. In fact, if you've seen Peter Gregg's video, the GH5S is now better. Panasonic better than Canon at autofocus. Twilight hippie shit. Like it shouldn't happen, but it did happen. I saw it with my own eyes. That one, this side. I don't know if it's mostly just adapted glass. I don't trust adapted glass. I do not. No matter, even if it's your own company adapting, it's not the same. It'll never be the same. Maybe in the future, like 100 years, when aliens are making it out of Kryptonian plutons, then I'll trust it. Even then, I can't fully trust it. There's a mosquito coming right for me. Fly into my hand and I will pet you, I promise. So it hesitates, it's jerky, sometimes it locks onto the background, it second guesses itself, and the 62 is at least more reliable. It's like what we used to know from Canon, like the 80D, 62, that's dual pixel goodness, the M50, but now, I don't know, I'd have to test it myself. You never know, some people are doing weird shit. They're not doing this, they're not doing that. Did they do that? That's what I want to know. That brings us to the fourth reason to get a 62, and that would be lens selection. At least right now, there's way better lenses for EF mount than there are RF mount. It's not fair because the RF is new, it's the new kid on the block, and they're bringing all their money. It's the rich kid on the block, rich parents, stupid skinny nerdy kid, lots of money, big lenses, fat, heavy, stupid. So say you want to get that 16 to 35 f4 Canon L, is it an L lens? Loser lens. So you have a choice. You buy it with the 62 native performance as it was designed, or the 60R. I want to crawl into a rock. You can't do that. Crawl into a hole, that's what you do. I'll cover the hole with a rock. So you buy that with the Canon R. You're looking at $800 more, 5 more grams, and worse performance. Although the 1080p will look like absolute soft serve ice cream on the 62, but there's no but. It looks like shit. If you have acne, it won't show it as much. So that could be good. So we gotta wait till more RF lenses are released. And I wish they would have released their lens roadmap like Nikon did. At least we know what's on the horizon in Nikon land. That 1.8 looks like fun. So we have no idea what's coming. We saw a patent. I patented a lawnmower that could also cut your hair. You don't see me on the market. Yeah. Not every patent makes it. that brings us to our final reason to buy a 62 instead of an EOS R, and that is there's more buttons on the 62. If you like pressing things, there's more of them. And there's no stupid ass touch bar. You want to touch your mom while she bakes a cake for you? You wouldn't. That's what the touch bar is like. Just from what I'm seeing on the streets, people wish that bar wasn't there. It's stupid. Don't track my face off. Oh, Sony, you're too good for your own life. What if I block an eye? Oh my God, What if I surround my face? Ooh. If you want to make videos like this, and who wouldn't? Look at that. Okay. So in general, the 62 should be easier to use. It's more customizable. Everything's easy. ISO button, boom. White balance, boom. You get like a third eye knowing of it, just in the dark. You're shooting lizards and shit, not even looking. Yep, got it. White balance. Warmer. ISO 1500. It's not in focus. Now don't get me wrong here. This doesn't mean you should buy either one. I'm just trying to make clickbaity titles that will get lots of views so I can have more money to buy a real camera. Un-Canon camera. Loser Canon. Why do they do it? Why do they cripple? I think I know why, actually. Oh boy, are we gonna make a splash with this one, Clyde. EOS R, it's ready. Full frame sensor, full frame readout, flippy screen, in-body image stabilization, dual pixel autofocus. Good night, Sony a7 III, bitch. Looks good. Too good. I want you to remove 3 of the 4 features you just told me. Clyde, come on, this is it. This is a revolution. This is what the R was supposed to stand for. We got it. We put everything in here. It's perfect. The people aren't ready for it, James. They don't know what they want. You gotta tell them. We did. We made it. We're putting our best foot forward here. I think it's a new direction for us. Let's try for once in our life. You don't see it, do you? You don't see it. You see this camera that you just presented to me? That's the Mark IV. That is the Mark IV. Let's dial it down a notch. We will get there eventually. Don't show your hand. This is a poker game here. The Sony a7 III has decimated us, Clyde. My grandmother is out on the street right now selling old Kodak film cartridges that have been exposed already. And she's not making any money. I'm hungry. We have to sell this camera like it is. Let's try. You gotta try. You gotta believe. You made a great camera, James. I'm proud of you. We're gonna release it in 8 years. It's the Mark IV. It'll be great. I love you. God damn it, Clyde. Sony's gonna be shooting holograms by then. I quit. I quit you. You're not invited to Thanksgiving. So Clyde was never invited to Thanksgiving, and he took his animosity out on the people, and he made the Canon R, and he crippled it, just like he said he would. But the Canon R4 in 2027 will be the best camera of 1994. So they're headed in the wrong direction in life, but you never know. They do have that Canon color science that's, I know you can just move a slider to get it on the Sony, but it's something. It's something. They got that flippy screen. But as you can see, I'm seeing myself right now. Does your camera lack a flippy screen? Well, let me introduce you to filming yourself in a mirror. It tracks me. Well, it still tracks me. It knows that I'm here. All it needs are 2. Oh no. So do you have any additional reasons to get the 62 instead of the R? I'm reaching here. Honestly, I wouldn't get the 62 if we're being serious, just because of the 1080p line skipping 720p wannabe film. It's terrible. It's just so terrible. I couldn't condone it. So that brings us to what are we filming on today? Did you guess it? We're on the 16 to 35 at 24 millimeters f2.8. I'm trying to see if 24 is too wide or not wide enough, because we're close. I'm right there at the lens. Don't you dare focus on that. Oh, you genius, Sony. So I'm debating, if I get the Sony a7 III, I'm thinking either baddest 18mm f2.8 or the new Sony 24mm f1.4. Post your thoughts down below on that. Which one would be better? Right now we're at 24. I'll do a little zoom into 18. I should have just stayed there so you get the full effect. Here's 24 and here's 18. Wow. Oh no, you can see my chart. It's gonna be such an exciting chart. But I would sit closer with the 18, and then I could have a shotgun mic and it would sound super good, and we'd still have some fun stuff, some action, fun hand action in the videos. So what do you think? See, this is what the baddest would look like. And the 24 was replicating, but at a double aperture. No blurry background for us. That's unfortunate. Now we're at 16. I figured we might as well do the whole gamut. And we go right into 35. But then I gotta back it up like it's hot. And then we got 35. But now I'm farther away and I'm annoyed with myself and my life. But the background's slightly blurrier. I think 35 is max for filming yourself. Otherwise you get too far away, and if it had a flippy screen, it wouldn't be reliable enough. It'd be too tiny. So I think we're done here. I will leave now. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.